much. My name is Michael de Groot, better known Miguel. I'm responsible for Latin America of Rabobank, Rabobank Foundation. Rabobank is a Dutch banking group, cooperative system of more than 110 years old, and we finance agribusiness since our inception, since 1896. In our philosophy and identity, agribusiness and financing the agricultural sector is not a standalone activity, it's an integrating of various activities because often supply chains are related to each other. The farmer is not just a farmer, he's part of the world. His products is on the shelves everywhere. Even if it is local, still he makes part of a chain. And that's the interesting. This morning we had, in this conference, we had a panel discussion with some expert speakers from various linkages in the chain. And some highlights of this morning, what you can see is that there are some big movements going on, big trends. A few trends, main trends going on in this sector is that you see much more integration of activities, financial, non-financial, in the supply chain. So it's not anymore just only financing a farmer, but the farmer sells the product to, it brings it into a warehouse, from the warehouse to the processor, or the exporter, from the exporter to the importer to the one who manufactures something in Europe or the US, and then finally the retailer. And before that it was completely different actors, and now you see much more that they work together, they have to together. Sometimes it's out of market need, sometimes it's really about smartness and much more efficiency and risk mitigation. So that's really one what you see, much stronger value chain supply. The second trend of the highlight of this morning we saw is about local financial institutions. For example, Mr. Luis de Cañera from Incofin, Rabobank Foundation, and I can name 5-7 others like Oiko Credit or like Altafin or like Shared Interest, so all kind of colleague organizations that by supporting investing in rural microfinance institutions, broadening access to finance for farmers, producers, not only the organizations but individual farmers, because besides the need for the cash crop, they probably have the need for the food crop, or they raise some pigs, they raise some cows, they do fruit trees next to it. So it's a wide diversity of need, financing need. It's not only, and then also for example the savings. So it's rural and agri-finance is also a theme of strengthening local financial structure, strengthening local financial entities, savings and credit company. That was the second one. Third theme was a very interesting question out of the audience. This whole, are we seeing a new recolonization of farming? You see foreigners coming to buy land or to own enterprises. So then you could say like smallholder farmers being driven out from their land. And that's a very hefty debate. It's a very strong debate because it has to do with human rights, it has to do with ownership, and also about, well, popular said land grabbing theme. In the panel it was generally acknowledged that you see things happening like that, but it will not, we feel as a panel that it will not go on the long term. There is now much interest, now, especially from social capital called impact investment, to move and shift from urban microfinance institutions into rural agri-finance, because it's a new topic, it's a new theme, and you see this shift and the trend, you see it going on now. But when they notice that it's really very hard work, it's difficult, it's very with lots of risk, climate risk, debtor risk, fail of crop, seeds, everything, and then they see that the returns are not that booming, they will move away again to something else. So it's much more related to building up good structures, institutional capacity building, so whole institution, and not talking institutions per se as a company or organization, no, whole institutional economy, so everything related around a supply chain, that will happen much more. Basically for me these were three very interesting highlights of the morning.